It's the middle of the English winter. Wimbledon's not for another 5 months, and the real tennis pros are all on the other side of the world sunning themselves for the Australian Open. So what, you may ask, are we doing here, freezing our nuts off in an open-air court in deepest, darkest Essex? Well, never let it be said that Eurogamer TV doesn't go that extra mile for a cheap link. Oh, shocking, sir.
Virtua Tennis is widely accepted as gaming's top recreation of the sport. Tennis, of course, was the inspiration for the original video game blockbuster Pong back in 1972, at the time when some American guy called Stan Smith was the real world's #1 racket wielder. Nice tash, mate. Yet despite, or perhaps because of, the sport's eminent suitability for gaming, major breakthroughs in the genre have been few and far between. Gaming historians might point to 1991's pivotal Super Tennis on SNES as a watershed, but the next major leap arguably didn't come until 1999, when the original Virtua Tennis hit arcades, spawning a sensational Dreamcast port the following year. Honourable mentions go to the likes of Mario Tennis, Topspin, and more recently Rockstar's superb table tennis. But for those after a real tennis sim, VT is still the clear favourite. Game, set and match, Sega?
Well, hold on a minute. New formats has introduced new challenges, and in the case of Nintendo's Wii Sports Tennis, a whole new way of playing where the controller becomes every bit as much fun to use as one of these.
So, with Virtua Tennis 3 making its next-gen debut this coming spring, what's being done to ensure that it's still advantage Sega?
Nada 15.
We challenged Sega Studio AM3, handling the PS3 version, and UK-based Sumo on 360 and PSP duties to a game of mixed interview doubles. And the first query we lobbed in was, with a game as sublime as Virtua Tennis 2, where do you start making improvements?
With the graphics, we've tried to make Virtua Tennis 3 more realistic than previous versions and any other tennis game. And with the gameplay, we want to appeal to more consumers this time, so have created more features and options.
All fairly straightforward, you might say, and it's certainly a beautiful rendition of the sport, even if there is something of the glass-eyed zombie about the players. But where's the real improvement?
One specific thing I want to mention is the advanced physics system, which is only possible because of the next-gen hardware. And the AI and motion of the players has also been improved significantly thanks to the new technology.
So, it might not be immediately obvious, but the game should offer a subtler, smarter, more responsive experience than ever before. Virtua Tennis is, at its core, an arcade game, which means a great deal of developer sweat and blood goes into the home versions to ensure that the single-player mode is more packed than Roger Federer's trophy cabinet.
Last time, it was hard to keep players playing alone. It became rather monotonous. But one of the themes for Virtua Tennis 3 is drama. So we've included scenes where players communicate with each other, for instance. There was also criticism of the last game that it was too hard to complete. To solve that, we've included the Tennis Academy, many mini-games, and lots of options for users to enjoy, whether they're beginners or advanced.
The partnership with porting powerhouse Sumo, best known for its work on the brilliant home versions of Outrun 2, has been pivotal in breaking new ground for the series.
Things have been going really well for us. We're working on loads of different new projects. And we're enjoying what we're doing now with VT3 because we're able to bring in things like the online side of things.
Ah yes, online. And guess which system ain't getting it?
Our first priority with the PS3 version was to develop the offline mode. We didn't have enough time to do online. Our goal is to introduce that in the next instalment of the franchise.
Advantage Microsoft.
Well, the online options are a normal ranked mode in which you have the ability to rank yourself against other players on sort of normal leaderboards and things like that.
40-30.
VTTV, which is one of the sort of nicer features also in terms of being able to view the games without participating. So it's very much a spectator mode. But the addition to that is that we have the ability to go and see 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of any game for the players that you see in a lobby, for example, or in another team.
But what about Nintendo owners? With the Wiimote seemingly ideal for tennis games, can we expect a dedicated Virtua Tennis for Wii?
There are already lots of tennis games on Wii, so we'll see how they do. In order to publish the Virtua Tennis brand on Wii, we'd need to add some unique features. But at the moment, we have no plans for that.
You cannot be serious.
Back to sumo, the team is seen as one of the safest pairs of hands in the industry when it comes to other people's titles. But aren't they just itching to do their own stuff?
There's no frustration in it because we are doing that, and we have some new EDI titles on PlayStation 3 that will be coming out. So that we have that ability to do that, and on the other side we have the ability to do very strong conversions, which strengthen our technical skills at the same time as our creative skills are being pushed by all our own IP. So the main thing is just that we're staying quiet about our own games for the moment.
Watch this space. Meantime, Virtua Tennis 3 is looking tastier than Maria Sharapova stripped naked and writhing in a bath of strawberries and cream. But that, apparently, is just not enough for some people, and Sega is already masterminding the next instalment.
We still don't think the game is realistic enough. There were many things we wanted to include in Virtua Tennis 3, but didn't. We wanted to show sweat, stains developing on clothes, and have TV-style live commentary. In the future, we also want more new gamers to experience the franchise. We want to strengthen the tutorial parts, so it's very open to beginner players.
Game, set, and match. Player 1.